Hey everybody, so I'm going through another league with this, oh, camera's down, this, Karn list. Last league I recorded was also on stream, was a 5-0, so that was nice. I'm doing this one off stream because, I'm not going to be able to play all the matches at once, so I'm kind of breaking it up between work. So no changes since the last time. I thought about switching out Sky Sovereign for an Azeka's Chariot because it's something you can exile to Force of Vigor, and Treasure Vault kind of makes the trapped at 5 thing happen less with Karn. But actually playing a few leagues on my own, not recording, I've actually had Sky Sovereign come up a decent number of times just as a good answer to things like Planeswalkers and other things. Like the hitting for 3 is pretty nice, and it's nice that sometimes you can also ballista for 3, but hitting for 3 and then leaving a threat on the board can be a nice thing. So let's go ahead and get started with some matches. Oh, playing Spike. We have a pretty bad record overall against Spike. I think Spike beats us most of the time. Generally just because of the types of decks that he tends to gravitate towards. Tend to be decks that are good against Amulet. I think I will keep this. And yeah. Probably knowing Spike, this is probably red-black lurrus. So yeah. I think we want to lead on Saga. I don't think I'm particularly looking to get value. I guess the question is map or amulet. I think I'm going to be exploring next turn likely, but I guess yeah, all amulet. So my plan next turn is to explore and then castle into map. I probably losing Karn here. I can't imagine he's gonna let that sit around in my hand. But I could be surprised. Could go for an explorer, a map. If he thinks he can beat the Karn, he might just be trying to keep me away from Titan, which is the scarier threat. So we'll see. Lair of the Hydra is helpful in a matchup like this, just to have a threat that is hard for them to interact with in any meaningful way, while also just being an untapped green source. So, even if our Titan dies, we have something still going on. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think my plan really has changed based on drawing basic forest. I guess I could keep Lair in hand, but I also kind of like the idea of not letting him know what cards I've drawn, so he might be interested in playing a discard spell. And I think my plan next turn is to just make a Saga token. Obviously, if we draw a Primeval Titan, then we search Amulet, we map first, bounce land, and we cast it. But assuming most draw steps that are not Primeval Titan, I think the plan is make a Saga token, play a new Saga. We might be looking at a K command here. If it's K command destroying either of these, we'll just discard the forest and try and make some sort of saga token aggression happen. Yeah, going after the amulet, that makes reasonable sense. Replacement amulet, play a saga. Another K command would be kind of a problem. But in the meantime, we're making tokens. Fear doesn't work against the tokens, so Ragavan can't really get through. Kroxa would be a problem. Another K command would be a problem. If their hand is like just a bunch of like unholy heats and stuff and terminates, that he has to point at saga tokens. That's fine for us. So the Surveil was kind to him. Dothy Voidwalker, okay. So I think I just want to play out the Slayers and pass with the plan to make a token. I think there's a good chance there's like a Torok or another discard spell. Yeah. At least it's a Pact and not a Titan, so he can't really do much with that Summoner's Pact. So he's probably going to fetch Lurrus, I assume. Lurrus can't get anything back right now. So let's just go like this. Search for another amulet. And I think I'll just start getting in there with Lair of the Hydra. We are dead to Bolt, but I don't know. We also are top decking Titan would be good. These creatures don't really block very well is kind of the thing here. So if he has like just a blank, that should be enough for us. Okay. Oh, I didn't see there was a DRC in there. Okay. So what does this mean? So we have access to a chunk of mana. I think we might need to just fetch Radiant Fountain and not attack. And then, since he won't have Delirium, he can't fly over. And so we're just being hit by the Voidwalker. Um, yeah, it'd be really nice if we had like a Bajuka Bog right now. I don't think there's any other relevant lands to fetch. Double check. Valakut doesn't do anything here. Saga doesn't help. Yeah, so I think it's just Radiant Fountain Pass is sort of the world we live in right now. Yeah, that's enough. So we're done. Yeah, let's see. So what do we want to do here? We want Endurance, Bajuka Bog. Engineered Explosives is a consideration, but I'm not sold on it. I assume Alpine Moons are coming in. So maybe I'll trim one Saga and map and do an Engineered Explosives. I think this makes sense to me. Yeah, this is a keep. This hand's pretty resilient to any sort of discard. It's just a really good hand. Resilient, powerful. Yeah, so I guess we'll go Forest, Dryad, Castle Garenbrig, and Pass. So even if the Dryad dies, we can still tighten off a Talaria West. So we're just looking for threats now. I'll play the Grazer, and I'm not going to play either land because of Culligan's Command and Croxa. Okay, now that I have an extra thing to discard, I guess Torak is a concern. What's the best way to play around Torak, though? Probably just pass. has to spend 2 thought seizes to do nothing. Okay. Well, that's a good draw. Yeah. I think this is probably just a... I'm feeling like this is an engineered explosives for 2. There's an argument for expedition map too, to like start getting towards Titan, but I think just given the Voidwalker's presence, I don't want Spike getting any sort of like getting Karn. Torok, yeah, that's expected. Ooh, hit the both bounce lands. I guess, yeah, this feels like a this feels like a good time for a Sky Sovereign. Good time to have a boat. Hope there's no K command. K command hitting these 2 or hitting our discard and our Sky Sovereign would be pretty bad for us, but yeah, let's fire up the boat. I guess we should have attacked with Dryad there. I guess I was like thinking about Dash Ragavan, just like the Karn being the only thing that matters, but I don't think there's a world in which they have like removal spell and Dash Ragavan that I guess, you know, removal spell plus Dash Ragavan is a good reason to leave both back. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe that is exactly enough for a Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Just double counting. Oh, I guess we have double amulet, so even better. Okay. That's one of the advantages also of, like, sometimes when you cut Expedition Map, it makes a good Karn target, so... Yeah, I don't think I want to change everything. I think everything looked good there. Boat looked good. Yeah, I'll keep this. I'm actually gonna bottom the Talaria West. Like, there's a thought about, like, transmuting, but, I like all the rest of these lands. Like, I want to be able to start, making Saga tokens starting on turn 2, so... Especially, like, if they attack, we block, and then they heat. Psychic. Okay. So the question, I guess, is Grazer versus Saga Token. If I Grazer, it's better against Inquisition of Kozilek. And another Unholy Heat. It's worse against a K command. But would he just launch off a K command, or would he save it? I feel like he would probably save it for... I don't know, he might... like attack with Ragavan, we block with Grazer, and then like K command 2 damage to Grazer, make us discard. I don't know how much I actually care about Ragavan hitting me is the thing. I think just because of the way that specifically like K command can be a pretty bad blowout, I think I'm gonna make the Saga token. And it is just more value. Like if we get Thought Seized, like it's nice to just, you know, vomit value. Like if this is an Unholy Heat, I'm fine with the Unholy Heat being pointed at my, or like Terminates being pointed at my Saga tokens rather than my face. Do I want to hit the Ragavan or the DRC? I guess the Ragavan. We got the Bajuka Bog, which will keep the DRC in some degree of check. Lurrus to hand, okay. Well, Lurrus to hand is good news for us because it means we can just go for Titan without any fear of bad things happening as a result of us going for it. And I think I'm just going to go double Talaria West for max value. I'll just go double Talaria West. Yeah, this is fine. Hopefully no Thoughtseize here, but if there isn't a Thoughtseize, then we just get to bog into another Titan. And I have to imagine that'll be plenty. So cool. That went well. Like I said, I don't get to beat Spike often based on the decks he plays, so I'll take anything I can get.